What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and tonight we're going to be talking about how to get 7 secret unlocks, including a blueprint and the Chemist operator skin here in DMZ. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, because we're very close to 100,000 subscribers here on the main channel. Really appreciate it. Also drop a like and turn notifications on to stay up to date with everything going on in Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, Warzone Mobile, and any other future Call of Duty as well. As a big update, Infinity Ward just posted over on Twitter. They said they deployed a fix that makes the social menu accessible across Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2. Please restart your game if you continue to experience any issues. That was definitely a big problem with trying to squad up with anybody, whether it's for Battle Royale, whether it's for DMZ or just regular multiplayer. You had to go out of your way using the channels feature to try to invite people to your lobby. Even that wouldn't work that well either. So luckily, that has now been fixed as of today, and this should make your experiences that much better. But now when it comes to 7 secret unlocks here in DMZ, here's how they work. So you have to do 7 different weapon case quests here in the mode, and only 1 weapon case quest will spawn in per match. It's a first come, first serve type of scenario, as you're about to see on screen, and you really can't miss the icon for it. It's a big yellow case, as you'll see on screen, and the weapon case can only spawn in 1 of 3 locations in a match of DMZ. 1 at Sharim Pass, 1 at Observatory, and 1 at the Hydroelectric section here on Al Mazrah. Now what you do in this quest is fairly simple. You have to go into the yellow circle itself, and there'll be a bunch of AI in the area, so you have to really watch your back, and there'll be 1 jug, a heavy armored jug with a minigun that you have to kill, and upon killing him, he'll drop a weapon case. You then want to extract with a weapon case to unlock the reward for that match. There are 7 rewards total, which I'm going to show you guys later in this video, but here's the thing, right? Like I said, it's a first come, first serve type of quest. If another squad in the match manages to kill the jug and takes the weapon case, sure, you can intercept them, hopefully kill them and take the case from them, then extract, but it's easier said than done, right? So what I would say is being as prepared as you can to finish the case and get to that exfil as fast as possible without worrying about any other squad in the lobby. But of course, as more people out there discover this video and more people out there discover that these rewards exist, there's going to be a lot more squads out there going for some of these unlocks. So what I'd recommend bringing into your match of DMZ is the following in your loadout: a stim shot, a semtex, and even a munitions box. Now you could run stuns or C4s if you prefer that equipment to help take out the jug, but I'll show you guys the best strats that we found in each of the 3 weapon case spawns on Al Mazrah, and with the equipment that we chose, we took out that jug pretty quickly and avoided as much AI as we possibly could as well. But what I'd always say is, going into this weapon case quest, have the best loadout that you possibly could have. So when you first spawn in, loot a bunch, sell a bunch of valuables, and buy at least a 2-plate vest. You don't need a gas mask, you don't really need anything else. Maybe buy an ammunitions box if you want, have an armor box somewhere as well, but use that money to make sure you have the best vest that you can. If you get more than 30k, then hell, buy a 3-plate vest if you want, or if you just randomly loot that, guard that with your life. You want to have the best loadout going into this, so you don't have to worry about too much when it comes to your health. That's where stims also come in, but just have something. The best case scenario is that you play a match of DMZ, get the best loadout you can, Exfil, then in your next match, start going for the weapon case quest. I wouldn't recommend going into these quests without items that you're comfortable with, especially considering the possibility of another squad third-partying you, or maybe you beat the quest and you escape with the weapon case, but another squad pulls up on you shortly after that and you have crappy weapons that you can't actually counter them with. So that's one thing, but if you have a good loadout, maybe you do a couple of these weapon case quests and you have the same loadout game after game, you don't get killed by any other squad, and you're fine, but then all of a sudden you hit that match where you do lose your good loadout and you're pissed off, use your insurance slot, right? You get more insurance slots by doing a lot of the faction missions, and the way insurance slots are simple. It's in the name, right? It's insurance. You may have lost that good loadout you just were using for a couple of games in a row, but pick one of your great blueprints that has amazing attachments for one of the weapons that you like. Put that in your inventory, right? If you end up losing an insurance weapon, there's a cooldown. We have to wait like, I think, 2 hours before you can use it again, but upon doing more exfils, you'll burn that time even faster. The timer will go down, but those insurance weapons are always going to be there for you. Any blueprint that you want, that you have unlocked, in the case you lose your good loadout that you actually want to bring into every match of DMZ. I'd also say don't go out of your way for a helicopter, but if one is nearby, either where you spawn or somewhere close to where the actual weapon case location is, definitely grab that, park it in a safe spot, and once you do the weapon case quest by killing the jug, go right back to that helicopter with the case and fly to the nearest exfil. But what I want to stress is this: if you get to an exfil and you can tell there's a lot of real people hanging out there, there's AI bombarding the area, it's making it difficult for you to actually stay alive, leave. Go to another exfil somewhere around Al Mazrah and just pick another spot, because it's not worth risking it all just for one exfil spot that you might not make it out alive at. So be ready to move. Having a helicopter is really going to make that easier, but but also look for armored trucks or vehicles that won't explode that fast to make sure you take that case and get to the fastest exfil that you can. I wouldn't recommend running on foot unless you're somehow a couple of feet away from an exfil, which that could also happen as I'm going to show you guys, but definitely don't forget that. So the first weapon case location is over here by the Sharim Pass, and as you'll see on the map, you'll see the weapon case icon, the suitcase. That's exactly where the jug is. It's not like, oh, that's close to where the jug is. That's exactly where the jug is going to be at. So it'll tell you exactly what to look out for, but don't go up to the jug and find him. Let him come to you. There's so many AI in these areas that you got to really hold on a location, hold on a building, fortify your position, then wait for the jug to come to you, and then throw all the semtex you have, stim up, throw a clip into him, keep shooting at him. If he starts charging at you, definitely run as fast as you can the other way. Don't let him hit you because you're going to get insta-down. If he shoots you with that minigun, you're done. You're just getting insta-down. So make sure, if you guys have self-revives, have those handy. If you find self-revive guns anywhere around the map, keep those equipped in your loadout because that's going to come in clutch, either to revive yourself or to revive a different player using that self-revive gun. That's crazy because if you go ahead and get fully wiped by either the AI or even a real squad, it takes a while to revive your teammate back. You don't want to be out in the open reviving your teammate when there's a jug running at you or real people. Make sure you guys hold down this building that we did. That's the best strat, at least in my opinion. Peek around corners, throw your equipment, and boom, he'll die pretty quickly. He's not that tanky. Grab that weapon case, and right when you grab it, it is marked on the map that you have it. People can track you very easily, so that's why you want to dart as fast as you can to a vehicle to get to that exfil. Now, we then have the Hydroelectric section here for the weapon case quest. My least favorite location for the quest itself. If anything, I would say this. If you guys spawn in with a really good loadout, and you notice that the weapon case is over at Hydroelectric, it's not a bad idea to just maybe gather a few valuables, sell that for some cash, maybe buy something like a gas mask or whatever, and exfil right away. I'd highly recommend not really going for this location. It's not that great. It gets really hectic over here with the AI. It's very easy to get insta-downed, but if you guys do want to go ahead and tackle the weapon case quest in this location, here's how we did it. So we just went ahead and aggroed the jug itself, luring him to this rooftop that we were at. So he had to walk all the way from the center of Hydroelectric all the way to where we were by this rooftop, and there's still AI shooting at us, but once you go into the center of Hydroelectric, there is so much AI there, you're gonna get wiped so quickly. Don't even risk it. Have him come to you, throw your equipment, shoot at him, and right when he drops, grab that case and jump right into your vehicle, right to the nearest exfil. And then again, when you get to the exfil, you call that in, and boom, the helicopter will come in within about, what, 45 seconds to a minute. Watch the area too, because enemies will go ahead and third party you. They'll kill you right before you exfil, take your case, and we'll get a free completion for that match of theirs. But also, if you have a helicopter, it's not a bad idea to have one teammate jump out, call the exfil, while you stay in the air with the other teammates and circle around that area until the exfil chopper does come in, then jump out and jump into that chopper to finish your completion. But then we have the last location for the weapon case quest. That is the Observatory, the dome section here of Al Mazrah. Probably the best location if the exfil is also available right next to the jug spawn, because that could be the case. I have 2 runs in a row where we got this exact location for the weapon case quest, but only one of those runs had a very close exfil. I'll show you the first run where we killed the jug and the exfil was right there. He just called it right in and dipped instantly. But there was another run where we had to go pretty far to the nearest exfil, which was a bit annoying considering we didn't have a helicopter, but we had a vehicle we were able to use to get right over there. So as you'll see right here, if you're sitting right by the cliff, you have some cover, you have those buildings right there, hold those areas down, kill all the AI that you can that are nearby, because they'll start swarming at you. So take those out, and the jug will be pretty slow as he comes towards you, but once the jug comes towards you, throw your equipment at him, stay by some cover, keep shooting at him, and it's a pretty easy location to go ahead and kill the jug at. It's not really too open to where he could just instantly start shredding you with the minigun, or he can charge at you to hit you. It's not that bad. But if you get deeper into this observatory area by some of the core buildings, by the actual dome, it'll be very, very easy to get bombarded and insta-down over there. Don't go that far. Stay where we're at, and you'll be able to kill him pretty quickly. But those are all 3 weapon case locations here in Al Mazrah, and the strats that we used at each of those locations to kill the jug quickly and to avoid as much AI as we possibly could. Again, if another squad out there takes the case, maybe try to intercept them if you don't have the best of loot. If you're like, oh, we can just throw this match, that's fine. But if you have good loot and you feel confident, you want to take a risk, charge at that enemy squad and try to take it from them, because it could work out in your favor, even though you probably feel bad afterwards. But hey, it's everyone for themselves, right? When it comes to DMZ, unless you're on a squad, then yeah, it's every team for themselves. But if you could do it, do it. But hey, if another squad takes it in Exfils, fails, just exfil and try again the next match. It's not that big of a deal. You can get into a match pretty quickly. And I also think if you can avoid the Hydroelectric spawn for the case quest as much as you can, do that and just exfil and try again the next match. Or take a game where you just build up a good loadout, exfil, and then spawn in right away with that loadout in your next game when you really want to go for that case quest without worrying about the weapons or equipment that you have. Now, these are all 7 rewards for doing 7 weapon case quests here in DMZ. You can only get 1 reward per completion, and you'll get these rewards in the following order. For the first completion, you'll get an RPK blueprint, which does look pretty gangster, I'm not gonna lie. Here's some footage of it over in the firing range. Again, you can also bring this in as your loadout weapon in the next match of DMZ. You can use it Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer or Warzone 2, wherever you want. It's a pretty nice looking skin. But then for your second completion, you'll get the biohazard sticker. For the third completion, a jungle incognito helicopter skin. For the fourth completion, a gas charm, which looks pretty damn good, matches the blueprint perfectly. For your fifth completion, you'll go ahead and get the animated weapon crate calling card, which I'm a fan of. And then to match that, for your sixth completion, you get the weapon crate animated emblem, which matches that calling card pretty well. But last and certainly not least, for your seventh and final completion of the weapon case quest, you will get the biohazard Koenig skin, which is exactly what the Chemist looks like if you went ahead and did that quest on DMZ, as I covered in a video yesterday. That allows you to unlock the M13B assault rifle. And what's funny is that the blueprint that he's holding also matches his skin. You can't actually run that blueprint unless you keep it in your DMZ inventory. You can't run that blueprint for multiplayer or Warzone just yet. We'll see when that ends up getting unlocked, but hey, you can play as the Chemist. That's awesome. A permanent skin that you can use across any game mode over in COD 2.0. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the 7 secret unlocks over in DMZ through the weapon case quest? Which spawn for the case quest is your favorite? I'm gonna say it's Observatory right now because of that Exfil possibility you can have right next to it, but I also think Sharim Pass is a pretty good bet. And as I'll wrap up with, I'll say this, right? This is not as annoying or frustrating as the Verdansk Easter eggs were, because those got pretty difficult, especially when you got third-partied or people were camping in certain buildings you need to go to. But I would say this quest will definitely get more difficult as more people learn about it, and as more people watch this video, things will get a little sweatier. So make sure you guys get these done as fast as you possibly can. Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.